recently I was at a conference level meeting where I had been talked to in advance about possibly taking a new position. It's an elected position, so I would need to be nominated and then voted on by the body, but they wanted me to say if I would consider it, and I said I would. And they said, great, because we've been trying to find somebody and we couldn't find somebody. So we were in this meeting of the BOOM Executive Committee, the Board of Ordained Ministry Executive Committee, so the leaders of those other divisions, and we were talking about all of the elections that needed to happen, and my name was slated for a particular role, and we had others that were slated for other roles, and about 4 positions that had no one named. And so we were trying to figure out, well, who could we elect and nominate and elect to these particular positions? And will this person put their hat in the ring? And this person has been considered before. Do we want to talk to them? This is the need that we have. This is the job that's there. And as we went through the course of that conversation, we didn't gain a lot of traction. And so we paused for a little break, and I said to the person running the meeting, I don't want to derail your plans because you have me slated for this one role, but that other one that you're really struggling to find somebody for, that's a role I would be happy to serve in. So if you want me to switch, I could go and serve in that other place. And then I left the room and took my break, and another woman said something similar. You know, I would be willing to be considered for that other role. And so then we came back together and said, well, we have 2 more interested, but maybe haven't solved our problem. So now we're talking about 4 people instead of 2. But if any of these 3 people move into this one role, then it leaves their current role vacant. And so then we have to figure out who we're going to put in that spot, right? We're sort of trading baseball cards in a way of who's going to serve where in which position. Eventually, we were able to sort it all out. I'm going for that original role that I was slated to be voted on, and that'll happen at the end of the month. But it made me think about, sometimes we don't have the right people in the right positions because people aren't aware of the needs. Nobody said, oh, we're looking for someone to do this thing. And so people haven't said, oh, I would consider that. I might be happy to serve there. I would be happy to help there. So this is me again saying, put your name in the conversation, put your hat in the ring. Whether that's for serving at the church level, we have lots of places and ways for people to serve, and we are always looking for someone else in some kind of way. We also have openings at the conference level. They're in a new nomination cycle and trying to find laity to serve across the conference, from working on mission projects to working with children and youth to working on camping ministries to working with the trustees and with the conference finances. Lots of layers, church-based layers, but lots of ways to serve, and they need laity who are willing to learn a job and participate and collaborate. And then again, recently we got notification that the jurisdiction, that's all of the annual conferences in the West, so California, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, those are all part of the Western jurisdiction, and we have laity as part of those committees as well. Methodists love holy conferencing and committee work, and so they're looking also for people who would say, I would be willing to serve. And maybe you know what kind of committee work you would be willing to do. Maybe you need to see a list. Maybe you can simply name your gifts and your availability, and those who are working on nominations can find the right spot for you. But please hear me again and again and again. The church needs you to be a part of our collective work. Jobs that are big and small, physical and mental, all kinds of types of jobs and roles and positions. We need wonderful people who are willing to serve the Lord and to help us to move forward, to dream, to vision, to imagine. So if you're willing, and I hope you're willing, I pray you're willing, please have a conversation with me, or we've got a couple of links for you to be able to put your information in for conference leadership or for jurisdictional leadership, whatever it might be. I hope that you are willing to ask God, how can you use me in this time and in this season? And I hope you explore conversations that help you to make a life-changing difference in the life of the church. Take care, friends.